Yes, yes. Well, Jarvis, I don't know if the game ever really started for the Hawks until the
Oh,
second half in
nope.
Wednesday's ultimate loss to the Bucks. Of course, that was a 114-105
Oh, goodness.
loss. But when you look at it on the surface, doesn't look like a bad loss, right? Doesn't look like
Right.
a 9-point loss. But when you begin to dig down into how they got there, in terms of going down by as many as 24 very early in that game, allowing the Bucks to start off 11-0. Somebody calls it an 11-0 run, and I'm like, how can it be a run when all you did was score 11 points out of the tip? No, what it is that other team, that home team, must have it had too much home cooking, too many wings, too
Yeah.
much mac and cheese, too much something, because
Yeah.
they came out, Jarvis, looking like a team that was still fatigued from a road trip that ended 4 days ago,
Yeah.
right? Now 5 days
Hmm.
ago. So with that team, yeah, you can be excited, maybe even encouraged, shall I say, the fact that they were able to whittle that 24-point lead down and turn it into a 2-point lead later in the fourth quarter. I think it was about 4 minutes left in regulation, 103, 101, Hawks up, and then you know what happened. 10-0 run. Now that was a run. 10-0
Yeah.
run by the Bucks, unanswered. Really was
Thank
like
you, Jrue
Jrue Holiday
Holiday.
kind of went on the run by his darn self. So it just
Mofo.
right. So in the words of that great philosopher Jarvis Davis, what is we gonna do with these folks?
I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, I don't know, T. Like, I'm just gonna be honest about it
Like that
because
meme.
like let me take my professional
Remember.
broadcaster stuff off right for one
Yeah.
second. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Jarvis for a minute. Let me speak on this thing. Like, because here's the thing. Like, from the Trae Young, not showing up for the game, sick, quote unquote, tweeting it out, and then live tweeting as the game going along, to John Collins dealing with all the trade rumors and talking about it at any chance he can get, and just like Dejounte Murray, like it's just a lot of crap going on. Travis Slank stepping down, Trae Young and Nate McMillan. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm so tired of this doggone team. I'm tired of trying to be professional about this thing. I'm
Yeah.
done. Like, I am done with this team for now. Like,
Yeah.
until they make a major move, a
Yeah.
major decision,
Yeah.
saying,
However it
"Hey,
comes.
here's what we're about to do. We're about to tear this thing down. And we're about to
Mhm.
start over." All
Yeah.
right, cool. I want this organization to have some damn direction, T, because I'm
Yeah.
so tired of talking about the team, because it's just
Yeah.
like Travis Slank piled on move after move after move, which I kind of agree with. I thought that
Mhm.
Dejounte Murray is going to think out was going to work out. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but it just seems like there's no leadership here.
Yeah.
Like, just from whether it be the coach or whether it be the person in the organization, and I feel like it's moving towards everybody bound down to trade. That's
Well,
nasty to me. I don't
right.
like all that, but I'm just at the point where I'm just super done with this team. I'm
Yeah.
so done with them.
And I think that's a great point because the Atlanta fan base is now starting to experience what some of the other fan bases have experienced over the years, which is you now have a situation where you're wondering, okay, ownership, what kind of situation is this? Like, are you all dictating what happens with your franchise, or are your players dictating it, or a player?
Yeah.
And other franchises, other cities have gone through it, but I think now it has finally kind of seemingly reared its ugly head here in Atlanta. And it's very tough to watch because, like we asked the question offline and we'll ask it now on air. You look at Dejounte Murray, remember all of the excitement. Oh my God, we finally got the two to the 1-2 punch that we need, the true Robin to the Batman that we need. Wow, we got him. But at this point, you wonder, is the trade really working? And I don't think that's Dejounte's fault, by the way,
No, I don't. Not
at
at
all,
all.
that the trade is
But
not
guess who asked
living
for
up
him?
to
Guess who brought
expectations.
it up?
Yeah,
11.
yeah,
11.
yeah.
Number 11. You asked for this.
Right,
You asked for this dude, and you're not making it work.
right.
And you know why he's not making it work? Because when he stands playing, quote unquote, playing off ball, he just standing on the line, standing on the doggone 3-point line. Ooh, y'all go and do y'all thing. All right, cool. All right, John, so you bring the ball up. All right, now it's my turn. It's just like it's just no cohesiveness
Yeah,
whatsoever. And it
yeah.
seems
Last
like
night
no,
was an example.
it is a perfect example. Hey, Bo starting to hit a shot. All right, cool. Whoop, whoop.
Right,
DeJounte Murray come up the court. Boop, doop, 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 doop. Here you go, Bo. Do your thing. Figure it out.
right.
DeAndre, you do it. It's your turn. Go, DeAndre.
Yeah,
Like, no,
yeah.
it was just so. it's just ugly basketball. And
It is.
again,
It
I will
is.
say it again. I'm done with watching that crap. Like,
Yeah.
make a
And the
decision.
reason, right, and the reason you can call it ugly is because you've seen the beauty of it. That's
Right.
the biggest
Yeah.
source of frustration. We go back to the Falcons, right? And we've reminded people, hey, you need to give Dean Pease when he was the DC. You need to give Dean Pease a break. You need to give Arthur Smith a break and Terry Fontenot a break because collectively they worked with what they were confined to working with. They
Yeah.
were confined by, primarily the salary cap. And then ultimately, you do what you can with the players, almost to the point of overachieving 2 seasons in a row. Hawks,
Yeah.
you don't have an overachieving problem. You have an underachieving problem in that people are starting to get tired of kind of giving you a pass and saying, okay, this happened and that happened. Because, like you said, DeAndre, and somebody pointed that out to me, and I went back and I looked at the tape and a couple of revisits of a couple of plays, right?
Mhm.
You just already called it. I want to call it out again. Someone brings the ball up, makes one pass, and then the ball gets shot. Why? Like why are you shooting 6 seconds into the clock? I,
Yeah.
I don't understand that. If
Yeah.
nothing else, can we try to keep the ball out of the hands of the Bucks? And not even Giannis. You did your job. You kept him to like 7, 9 points, whatever, whatever. But what about the others? The others that torched you on the perimeter for way too long to begin the game before you figured it out. So that's one of those things where you look at it and you say to yourself, while Dejounte Murray not meeting expectations is disappointing, I can't point to him as the problem, which then
No.
takes me back to what will the Hawks do to right the ship for the last 41 games? You got to make a move. Like, I don't see how you can't make a move. I'm not saying I know how, where, and how you're going to make the move because,
Right.
again, word is still on the street as the John Collins rumors came back in the last 24 hours. But
Right.
word is still the Hawks just refuse to give up what other teams want, or they want too much from those teams. So I
Right.
get that. But at some point, you're going to have to concede, or like you said, I don't know if you blow it up this year, but you're darn close to it because in a minute, you're going to be looking for everything. You're going to be looking for a whole new team, a revamp of a team, a
Point
revamp of
guard,
a coach.
shooting
And that
guard,
that's yeah,
coach.
that's the other piece. And even it and you can say, okay, yeah, it's a league where the leagues don't fire players, they fire coaches. But as we've said on this show, fire them and do what? I mean, yeah, you can put Prunty in as an interim, but that doesn't get to the core of the problem. That would just be a band-aid.
Yeah. So like, that's why I say, I need somebody to come out here and make a doggone informed decision as
Yes.
to where this doggone organization is headed. Because, like you said, band-aids are done. And like I said, the more and more I look at it, this Dejounte Murray move is looking like a band-aid move to me.
Yeah.
And
And it didn't
it
have to be, man.
didn't have to be. It
Never
didn't
have been. This
have
is
to
an
be.
all-star we're talking about.
Absolutely not. Because when you think about what the deficiencies were for this team last year, it was defense. And they
Mhm.
become a better defensive team. But now the offense ain't damn working. So
Right.
it's just,
Can't
what do
and
you
then
do?
what movie was that that where they call the guy can't get right?
Yeah, can't get right. Yeah, I played with a lot of them when I played college ball, and even when I played in the arena league. Like, yeah,
Oh, from
like I
Life, from that movie, one of my favorite movies from Life, the movie.
can't
Exactly.
get right.
It's like a virtual can't get right not every single
Yeah,
night, but every other night. Try 22 times. 22
right.
times. And really, honestly, Jarvis, it was more than that. Because even
Yeah,
though that record says 19 and 22, within that 19 is also the challenge.
yeah.
Exhibit A from
Fighting
some.
amongst yourselves, like, oh, let's be sorry. No, we need to be sorry tonight. Let's a sorry team. So let's beat the sorry team, and then hey, let's get up for this big game, and then we can't even get up for the big game no
Yeah,
more. Like that's the
yeah,
thing. Like with Trae, you know, when the lights on, I always be stand firm on that. When the lights were on, Trae was there. He gonna ball.
yeah.
Like even if it involves like, hey, saying I'm on the person out there, I'm about to play hero ball. He
Yes.
ain't doing that no more.
Nope. Like we
Come
just,
on,
yeah,
man.
it's one of the most perplexing things, other than for different reasons and from different spaces, there's been a tap out, right? So
Yeah,
why Trey is tapped out and what it looks like is one thing. And then you've got DeJounte and his tap out. Then you got John, and then you got Nate. It's like there are so many different tentacles to it that it would be very difficult to put it all in one space. However, that's why you have Landry Fields. and
Yeah.
Tony Wrestler, and they've got 41 games to figure it out. Now, that is the big news here in Atlanta, where we're scratching our heads and trying to make it make sense. But if you were to check out Locked On Sports today, they're probably reacting to something that makes a whole lot of sense, which is if the Chiefs and the Bills get to a neutral site game, they're going to be playing it right here in the A. So I'm sure they want to react to that because A, you want to see that showdown again, and B, who doesn't want to come to Atlanta? So if you want to
Absolutely.
check that out, check them out. They might also have some reaction to Kevin Warren being hired as an African American GM, adding to the diversity amongst those front office ranks here in the NFL. You want to hear about it? You want to see it? Check them out at YouTube, on the Odyssey app, or wherever you get your podcast. And don't forget, they'll find something to give their take of the day on, just like we do here on For the Culture. So finish up watching us, and then once you finish with us, you can check out Locked On Sports today.